SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Running a business is tough. If you're struggling with HR, benefits, and payroll, you're not alone. Many businesses just don't have the resources to keep up. That's where MWG Employer Services comes in. We provide a full range of employer services with everything from payroll to benefits to HR services and compliance, and can create a custom plan that fits your needs and budget. We're a Mississippi-based company that can help you focus on what you do best, growing your business. Call MWG Employer Services today at 601-206-7966 or go to MWGEmployerServices.com. You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in on a Monday, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borkey and Hadad with you. So glad that you guys are with us, and you survived a sleepy sports weekend. So the weekend between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl, kind of a sleepy sports weekend. We had basketball here in the state. We might bring it up and talk about it briefly, but there's very little to say about it. Wash, rinse, repeat. Just different opponent, but same kind of result for State and Ole Miss. But so you had basketball. You guys aren't really locked into basketball right now. And you had, the PGA Tour is at Torrey Pines, but Justin Rose won by a touchdown, so that wasn't interesting at all. The Pro Bowl is just not a thing anymore. Did you consume any Pro Bowl anything? No. So
that was the Royal Rumble.
I'm going to get to that. But
there was a lot of combat sports this weekend.
There was a lot of
Royal
combat
Rumble,
sports.
There was UFC. There was boxing, like a big fight in boxing. But, if you're a basketball person and you like combat sports, you were good.
You were good. But this coming weekend, and then those that follow, so you've got the Super Bowl on Sunday. You've got the Phoenix Open, which is one of those golf tournaments that the casuals, it gets a huge rating on Sunday because it's the lead into the Super Bowl, and it's the one where they have the stadium hole and, they have the hole-in-one celebrations and everybody just gets hammered and all that. So it's that tournament. And the start of the Winter Olympics. And then, guys, the weekend after, baseball is here. So you got through a sleepy sports weekend, but we still got a lot to talk about. There's a retirement in college football that we'll get to. We still have to do at least one more as the portal turns. There is a pickup for Ole Miss that we'll talk about over the weekend and get an update from the Starkville side as well. Got to get to winners and losers as well. And I've got just a random handful of stuff that we're going to get to throughout the day. So glad you guys are with us. Welcome in.
We are in the Pearl River Resort studios, pearlriverresort.com, the place to go and have a great weekend. It's Super Bowl weekend. You need to go, make a little wager. The Sportsbook at Timeout Lounge will be happy to see you there. And I'm sure if you just want to watch the game on all the big screens and get some great food, you can do that as well. But any weekend can be Super Bowl weekend at Pearl River Resort because whatever your Super Bowl is, they're here to help you win it. C-Spire text line is open to you at 601-879-4395. Looking for game-changing technology? Then you need C-Spire on your team. 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions built as tough as your defense. Learn more at cspire.com. C-Spire, inspired by you.
We need to talk about Groundhog Day.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because
that pathetic rodent.
Well, okay, let's not.
He's a jerk, and everybody knows it.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, though, is I just learned this earlier today from our friends at the Sickos Committee. Apparently, there are more than one weather-predicting groundhog. There are 5.
Punxsutawney Phil is not the only one?
He doesn't have a monopoly on the market.
Then how has he cornered the market? Because I thought that he was the only one. So double jerk there.
I think the movie Groundhog Day, when they picked him, that may have done this. But there are 4 other groundhogs. There's Octoro Orphy, also in Pennsylvania.
Bad name.
Jimmy the Groundhog in Wisconsin. Jimmy the Groundhog was also arrested for money laundering as part of the Bonanno family. Oh, Jimmy the Groundhog.
Hey.
Concord Charlie in West Virginia and Buckeye Chuck in Ohio. All 4 of them predicted summer or an early spring. I've always said, and I said this on Twitter, that Jimmy the Groundhog is the real ball knower of that species. So 4 out of 5 groundhogs, it's like Trident. 4 out of 5 say early spring. What does that guy in Punxsutawney know?
Only 35% accurate predictions, by the way, for that stupid rodent.
I mean, he's just like every other weatherman. He's just like, I just guessed it. I'm doing my best work here.
Pretty much. I mean, but yeah, so he saw his shadow. He's predicting 6 more weeks
apparently
of winter.
There's more, too. There's more? All right, hold on. There's one in Nebraska, too, apparently, called Onadilla Bill. I don't know.
I just figured it was Matt Rule.
He doesn't live in Nebraska. Groundhogs.
Matt Rule lives in Nebraska?
Matt Rule, I'm thinking somebody else.
Matt Rule is the head coach of Nebraska.
Okay, apparently, hold on. There's a whole slew of animals.
All right, tell me more.
That make predictions. Obviously, Punxsutawney Phil. You got Staten Island Chuck. You got General Beauregard Lee. He lives in Atlanta. Dover Doug. Boulder has Flatiron Freddy, who's actually a marmot. That dog named Gidget. Birmingham Jill, who's a possum.
We need a nutria rat.
Sand Mountain Sam is a possum. Buckeye Chuck, there we go. Fig Newton, he's a groundhog in North Carolina. Canada's groundhog in Nova Scotia is named Shubenacadie Sam. Woodstock Willie is a groundhog. And listen to this. While the movie Groundhog Day is set in Punxsutawney, it was mostly filmed in the town of Woodstock, Illinois. That's where Woodstock Willie makes his prediction once a year. He predicted an early spring. Benny the Bass, who's a fish, predicted early spring. Scramble the Duck says long winter.
Woodstock Willie sounds like somebody that Gary would have great stories about.
Oh, Scary Gary and Woodstock Willie, they hung out.
They go way back.
So there's all sorts of animals making predictions about the weather, and it seems to be pretty divided. Jessup Giuseppe, which is a ferret in Pennsylvania, says early spring.
Also the name of like a pizza place in every town in America.
I would get a slice at Jessup Giuseppe's.
Yeah.
100%.
We need to have so we don't have one in Mississippi?
I'm sensing a money-making idea here, all right?
What's the animal, though? I mean, we have gopher tortoises here. That's a pretty unique animal for the state of Mississippi. Burrows underground.
June, the 3-legged dog.
June, I hold her up and
you put out 2 stakes. One says early spring. One says more winter. Whichever one she eats. But we gotta be smart about this, right? Whatever we want, we gotta put a little seasoning on that steak so she smells that.
Yeah, a little something extra.
Yeah, she's like, oh, what's that one? And she goes for early spring. See?
Now you're cooking with gas over
June,
here.
the 3-legged prognosticating dog. The merch sells itself.
Can you eat groundhogs? I have no idea. I know you can eat nutria. I know that. You can eat squirrel and, all the other rodents, rabbit. Gosh, one of my favorite dishes I've ever had rabbit in it.
Anything that has meat, you can technically eat it. Like, you could, if it has meat, you can eat it. Yeah, people have meat. You can eat people. Why could you not eat a groundhog? It's just no different than, like you said, people eat nutria. People eat, squirrel. People eat possum. People eat raccoon.
Somebody says a catfish.
There's a weather predicting catfish?
No, that's what we should have in Mississippi.
That's what I'm saying. How did we get a catfish to predict the weather?
They're pretty hardy. You can pick them up out of the tank and see if they see their shadow.
See it? Oh, so now we're just making it up.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Or like an alligator snapping turtle. The Science Museum. I guess they were renovating the tank. I don't know if the turtle's still with us or not, but they had that gigantic alligator snapping turtle. Just pick that thing up out of its tank. Go real Mississippi on it.
Okay. I'm just saying. I don't know about a catfish.
Could you imagine being the first
noodle
person?
Out a catfish and just be like, it's on shadow. Throw it back in.
Could you imagine being the first person that discovered the alligator snapping turtle? And what you thought about that thing when you picked it up out of the ground? I
have a lot of questions about our ancient ancestors and who was the first one to kill a cow and go, I'm going to eat that.
Yeah.
You know? Or the first one to see a cow and be like, whatever comes out of that cow's, you know what, I'm going to drink it. Who was the first one that thought that was a good idea?
Some free.
It's like, oh, you see Bob? He's squeezing that cow and drinking it. What are we doing here?
There's a Shane Gillis bit about the when you're making the laws for the first time.
Yeah.
And the one guy that recommends the bad law. Oh, it's good. That's about as detailed as I need to be because it is a little inappropriate. It is Shane Gillis after all. But we're glad that you guys are with us.
There are groundhog recipes online. I won't be searching for them. The day I see Malcolm Reed say, let's get to cooking about it smoking a groundhog is probably the day I stop watching, to be honest with you.
I mean, Puxatawny Phil, if he is right,
yeah,
if he's right, maybe we need to consider cooking him. The last thing we need is 6 more weeks of winter around here.
So there you go.
That's the last thing we need. But what you need is more Sports Talk Mississippi, and you'll get that when we come back. We're going to talk sports, having some fun on Groundhog Day again, and we'll be back in just a bit. Glad you guys are with us. Don't forget to text us on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395.
From the Venable Glass Traffic.
Come on. SuperTalk Mississippi. Check this out. Are you ready? Yeah. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Whiskey River, take my mind.
Welcome back. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad. Glad that you guys are with us. So, we did the preview on Friday. Did the Rumble Royal
Rumble?
I know, but did it? Did the Rumble? Did it Royal?
Let me tell you something right now. First off, the way that I didn't know this until after the show Friday. They built the stadium they had this in a month.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and every seat had an LED monitor on the back of it. And so I'm telling you that the entire stadium looked empty. It was really, really weird. You go find some crowd shots. And
there were a lot of empty seats, though.
No,
right?
They were not, apparently. That's just the way that stadium, the way it looked because of the monitors. You couldn't see people. It was just really weird. The card in and of itself was a dud. It was just not very good.
Who won?
And what's fun? Roman Reigns won. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. What's funny is the wrestlers that Robbie and I picked on Friday, Thunder and Lightning, my guy, Braun Breaker, was the first guy eliminated. Never even got started. Got attacked on his way to the ring, thrown into the ring, and immediately eliminated. I'm just like, what? Robbie's guy, Seth Rollins, wasn't even in the match. They thought he was going to be in the match. He was not. Was not in the match. So
was he a late scratch because of injury or something?
He's been injured. They thought he was going to be, and apparently on ESPN they interviewed him and were like, "So you're going to be back at the Royal Rumble?" And he was just like, "Yeah," because it was supposed to be a surprise, but he wasn't even in the match. So, I mean, we had a good time watching it, but by and large, the card was a dud. I'm glad I didn't pay anything to watch it.
It's going to be kind of a controversial opinion more on Mornings with Richard Cross. I would like for us to not let the Saudi Arabian government control our sports anymore. I think that would be a nice, refreshing change here in the States. They tried to disrupt golf. It looks like they're going to end up failing, but it worked for a little while. They did disrupt it. That sucked. And they're having the Royal Rumble at noon because we got to engage the Saudi government.
What I didn't realize, I guess I just thought it was it's starting at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock there. No, when that thing wrapped up, it was 2 in the morning in Saudi. I'm like, Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, just have it on a what? So, whatever.
Whatever. Speaking of whatever, I don't mean to be disrespectful. It's just the truth. State and Ole Miss basketball over the weekend suffered kind of similar losses, both on the road, close games. Josh Hubbard got super hot in the second half. Ole Miss came alive offensively in the second half overall. Had a shot to tie there at the end. Kind of, frankly, a bad possession for Ole Miss. They had plenty of time. Rushed a shot down 3. Got the rebound, couldn't get a clean shot up after that. I mean, frankly, if you listen to Chris Beard after the game, it's a pretty good indicator of where they are. He was like, the team played well. They lost, but
did he have anything? I didn't see his post-game comments. Did he talk about had they been able to practice during the week or anything like that?
It wasn't the same.
Okay,
but still, I mean, they had chances to win and they didn't execute. And I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? That's the difference between good teams and bad teams. You're going to play close games. Each team has talented players.
Yeah.
Like, it's not – ESPN yesterday was talking about how it's a talent issue with Ole Miss, and they're so wrong. They clearly have not watched them. It's not a talent issue. They haven't figured it out. They didn't gel, missed a couple of evaluations, especially on the block. I mean, State fans, it's like I'm talking about your team too.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, down the stretch, you miss a shot at the rim, turns into a three-point basket on the other end – or no, that was just the 2. It was the missed charge turn. It doesn't matter. Ole Miss didn't execute down the stretch. They played well enough to win, and when it mattered most, they didn't do the things that were required to win the game. And, I mean, that's it. On to baseball, frankly. It's callous, but that's reality.
That's where we are. Yeah.
That's where we are.
So be it. Yeah, for Mississippi State, kind of the same, game they've played a lot this year. They fell behind. They made a little bit of a run there in the second half. I think they were down by as many as 16, and then made a little bit of a run. Hubbard, he has 22 points, but the shooting numbers for he and Epps were not great. Basically, the state is at the point where if Hubbard, Epps, and McGee aren't all good in the same game, State's not going to win. They just don't have it. The Quincy Ballard we saw Wednesday night in Baton Rouge, he must have stayed in Baton Rouge. He didn't show up. They just get nothing out of their front court. And even then, they're down 3 with a chance to cut it to 1, and Hubbard misses the front end of a 1-and-1. That's twice this year on the line with a chance to, late in the game to do something. And he's just in a funk right now, and I don't know if he's going to come out of it this season or not. But he ends up with 20-plus points, but it's on high-volume shooting. And he's just not playing good basketball right now. And this team just isn't very good, and simple as that. And we'll see how many more games they win this year. They have the midweek off, but I don't see, a whole lot more wins on this schedule for Mississippi State.
I mean, simply put, right now, I think it's fair to say Jans and Beard just need to do enough to get their fans to notice something and to continue to care, right? You don't want to just tank.
For Jans, it would go a long way if he could win in Oxford next Saturday. Just to split the series with Ole Miss and just give your fans a little something. If you lose that, losing that game in Starkville, the game you led most of the way, and then you have a chance in the final minutes to get the win, and you don't do it, just killed any fan interest in this team.
And you are going to have people, whether or not it's correct, you are going to have people that are going to wonder after seasons like this. Again, somebody is going to send me a DM and call me crazy because basketball is important. I know it is. I think you should continue to invest in basketball because look what happens when you make a run in the tournament. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But if these teams, quote-unquote, tank, you're going to have people that are going to wonder, okay, do I really want the school to spend $10 million or whatever on the roster for next basketball season?
Right. Well,
or am I going to give you the money that you need to build the roster that's that expensive after I just gave you that much money and look at what happened? You're going to have that kind of internal dialogue that these coaches need to fight against by getting their teams to play well and win some games down the stretch to not lose inspiration.
Yeah, State's got to – Jans has got to, this offseason, kind of rethink his way because it's – defensively, that team has gotten worse each year he's been here. They were incredible defensively. I know there's been some rule changes that have kind of affected the way that he's, it's so much tougher now to draw a charge than it was 4 or 5 years ago. But something's got to give here.
Yeah.
You can't continue on like this. You've got to find something. You got to tweak something in the way you find personnel, the way you're coaching. Something's got to change if you want to continue to be successful. But the good news for me, at least in my opinion, is that Jans is a successful coach. Mm-hmm. He's taken multiple teams to the NCAA tournament. I fully believe in his ability to right the ship. But I've said it before. Like this year, I'm not going to have that discussion with you. You come back next year and we're at this point, we'll have that discussion then. And I'll probably be on your side at that point.
Yeah. It's interesting how you've got two coaches that have resumes that you can, even through bad seasons, like you're not selling false hope by saying, guys, just wait till next year. Give them a chance. You're not selling false hope. They've proven that they can do this.
But that said, I wanted to ask you about this. If Beard misses, when Beard misses the tournament this year, that's 2 out of 3 years he's missed it. Now he's making how much a year? Like over 5, right?
Over 7.
Well,
that was A&M's offer. Was 7.
I get that, but like,
so then,
aren't you at that point just sort of looking around, going, "So any job openings you're interested in, Chris? You might want to."
No, year one, you give a pass to.
You do give a pass.
You give a pass in year one. They need to do. It doesn't have a GM at the moment. Mm-hmm. I think that would be beneficial. There's talk about him getting one. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you do this, but the evaluations on the block, your bigs, that's just not been good. Bad rebounding team 3 years in a row. Mm-hmm. They overcame it because they had elite play elsewhere last year to go to the Sweet 16. But that's where I'm the most concerned is, man, you're 3 years in and you still don't have good post play at all. I mean, you're getting out rebounded badly. You bring a couple guys in. I mean, again, you have a situation where you bring Dia off the bench, and he was good in the second half, but he is the most inconsistent player of all time. He had 16 points in the game, but only 4 rebounds. I mean, James Scott gives you 15 minutes, no points. Casilla gives you 10 minutes, no points. Corey Chess gives you only 5 minutes, 3 points, but you played him for 5 minutes in the game. You put Bundalo in for a couple minutes. He's not played really all season. You've got nothing again on the block. Nothing. And your best player there is, again, one of the most disappointing players considering talent level, experience, all that in Malik Dia. I hate picking on him because he's not the only problem on that team, but they've got to figure that out. Guard play, they're fine. I mean, he's evaluated well. He's portaled well there. Both with Padula, AJ Storrs doing really well, I think. Patton Pinkins was a good pickup out of high school. Now his dad's on your staff, so that helps. But still, guard play has been fine. But you look around the SEC, like Florida, for example, they've got high-level bigs. Mm. You don't.
Yeah, State and Ole Miss,
why not?
Both the bigs are just not good. They're just not good.
No.
I like Jamarian Davis-Fleming's potential for the future. That's a guy who has to shoot 1,000 free throws a day. But right now, they just don't have that. Like next year with State, JDF, and T. Bartlett, should be okay.
Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From thesebro.com.
Let the broadcasting of the disturbed continue.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi back with you here on a Monday afternoon. Brian Hadad and Michael Borkey. Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you in part by AgriGold. AgriGold believes progress in the field starts with seed and the people who plant it. That's why AgriGold focuses 100% on seed, delivering trusted genetics and solutions to help you get more out of every acre. Contact Carrie Baker at 662-836-7417, your local AgriGold representative, to learn more. Or visit agrigold.com to explore seed solutions and agronomy resources. Plant your legacy today with AgriGold.
Bo says just need to go to the G League, get a couple players, help Ole Miss in state basketball. Here's the problem with that, Bo. Alabama sucks with Charles Bediako.
And we'll talk about that a little later. Let's just leave that for me.
Oh, I hear you. Okay. Yeah, if I were an Alabama fan, I would be embarrassed by what has transpired with my basketball program, considering. Other scores around the league, big win for Coach Pope in Kentucky, going
they
to Fayetteville and beating Arkansas 85-77. The battle of the horrendous. LSU beat South Carolina in overtime in front of tens of fans there in Columbia. The crowd shots, I know they had winter weather go through. My hometown, they got the good snow, where my dad just took a broom and swept it off the driveway. Mm-hmm. Like the good snow, where you can pick it up and just, it blows off your hand.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
There was, Columbia didn't get that, and there was, seriously, 500-ish people at a home conference basketball game on a Saturday for South Carolina. Brutal. But, yeah, they lost to LSU. Both of those teams are going to be looking for a coach anyway. Mm-hmm. Texas A&M goes to Athens and beats Georgia 92-77. Surprising result there.
Yeah.
Buckyball, really good.
They're playing good basketball right now. They've got Alabama this week.
They'll beat them to the ground,
too.
Yeah,
let's hope. Yeah.
Texas beat Oklahoma by 10, 79-69. Oklahoma now 1-8 in the SEC. Also will be looking for a coach at the end of the year.
Yes, 100%.
And then Auburn lost at Tennessee 69-77. And Rick Barnes.
Why are you doing the score backwards, sir? What just happened?
I was just reading it as
what are
displayed.
we doing here? What are we doing?
Rick Barnes, after the game, said, quote, "Sometimes I wonder if my guys are betting on the games," end quote, when asked about some of the bad turnovers his team had in the game.
That's a funny joke, but you got to be careful nowadays because somebody will investigate you. But that is a funny joke.
He was clearly kidding. I saw some people in our business like, oh, that's really going to upset the locker room. It's like, shut up.
They get it.
They understand.
They know. He probably made the same joke. He probably made the same joke in the locker room.
And they probably thought it was funny.
Like, you guys out there, you shaving points? What's going on here?
Yeah. They're probably like, Coach, maybe. Yeah. So that's basketball for the weekend. The last weekend, upcoming, guys, the last weekend without baseball. But again, it's a busy sports weekend. Winter Olympics starts. You have so the duel at Daytona, I think, is also this weekend, the Waste Management, and, of course, the Super Bowl. Obviously, Super Bowl is number one.
That's going to be taking the
take Super Bowl away. Are you going to consume any other sports this weekend?
Some basketball, I will, for sure. Other than that, probably not.
Yeah, I can check out the Phoenix Open, Hadad.
Oh, that's the one with the stadium course,
right? The stadium
right,
hole.
I might find some highlights.
Zach Johnson crashed out because he couldn't stand how. And in fairness, they did take it like 5 steps too far. They really did.
Yeah.
But Zach Johnson went all Shooter McGavin.
People go back to your shanties.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
I got you, yeah.
he lost it. Joel Damon. So, hey, that tournaments at their discretion have a handful of what they call sponsors exemptions to bring players into their field if they want for various reasons. It could be somebody with local ties, maybe a popular player that's just not in good form and didn't qualify or whatever. Joel Damon and Harry Higgs once on the 16th hole, they both made birdies and they took their shirts off and started swinging them in the air on the green. So apparently Joel Damon, in order to pitch himself to get a sponsor's exemption, sent them a polo and a picture of him and Harry Higgs with their shirts off and signed it as part of like, hey, please pick me.
Very nice.
That's your sponsor exemption.
Very nice.
I'm the guy that took my shirt off on the golf course.
Yeah,
so
why not?
I will be locked into that. Somebody says, when is the Pro Bowl? Never. It's dead. It's dead. It is a shame that happened. Like, how did the Pro Bowl die such
Pro Bowl
a
used
quick
to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And, it was always something. Well, I think the first thing they did was moving it before the Super Bowl. Like, you want it after the Super Bowl, right? That way you can have some Super Bowl players in there if you want. And also, when they moved it out of Hawaii, a lot of players took a Pro Bowl invite just because you got your family a free trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, hey, honey, pack it up for the kids. We're going to Hawaii for a week. It's going to be awesome. Now it's not that anymore. So it's like, why would I take this? I want to why do I want to go play more football? My season's over, and I just want to relax and start recuperating, getting ready for the next season. You got to make it where these guys want to show up, and they don't do that anymore.
I mean, honest question. What did they do this past weekend? What did they do for the Pro Bowl? I have no idea what they did.
No idea what they did. No.
And I remember as a kid, and this isn't because sometimes people will say it just used to be better back then, when in reality it probably wasn't. Mm-hmm. But in this case, like, I remember being a kid actually enjoying watching the Pro Bowl. It used to be very cool to watch. And, man, I could not possibly I didn't even bother, and I talk about sports for a living. Yeah. I didn't even bother to look it up. I cared that little about whatever they're doing for the Pro Bowl.
I have literally no clue what happened at the Pro Bowl.
The
only player I know for sure was a Pro Bowler is Shedeur Sanders.
And, you know, whatever they had left in terms of intrigue, that killed it for any straggler. Oh, okay, they're already not doing a game anymore, and now they're inviting a guy that has more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be a part of that. Yeah,
I'm not even going to bother this weekend. I'll find something else to do. It's sad how that's gone. I mean, the NBA All-Star Game, they're tinkering with formats and stuff. That's not the same either, but hockey nailed it with their All-Star break, with the international thing that they did. Remember how gripped everybody was with USA-Canada? Yeah. That was a great decision.
Is this the first year with the NBA All-Star Game where it's USA versus the world?
I think this is the first year of that format.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I still don't know necessarily how that's going to go. You know, I feel like it'll probably end up being a...
apparently it's Tuesday. See, we didn't even know. The Pro Bowl's Tuesday? Okay.
It always was not this weekend?
That's what somebody on the text line says. I could not care less.
The Pro Bowl is on a Tuesday.
Okay, I will not consume whatever they do with it.
The fact that it's on a Tuesday doesn't help me.
Makes it worse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like, what are we doing playing NFL football on a Tuesday?
You had a weekend of kind of a dud sports weekend?
Yeah. Okay, whatever. But anyway, like, I don't know if that's going to help the NBA All-Star Game at all, or do you still end up with nobody's playing defense? But the fact that they put a little USA versus the world spin on it is interesting. You have some teammates against each other now.
I am more interested in that than the previous
format. Like, when it was
Western
Conference, Eastern Conference, you know, if you had the Lakers, right, Luka and LeBron would have been on the same team. Now Luka and LeBron will be on different teams. So maybe that gives you, if you, I know a lot of our listening audience isn't big NBA people, that's fine. But, like, if you do have any interest, that's like, well, that's intriguing at least, you know.
And with baseball, the All-Star Game, frankly, doing pretty okay. Ratings-wise, it hasn't totally fallen off a cliff. But the home run derby is still a thing that grabs people. I just want to see big dudes hit, big home runs, right? Just grab a bat, go hit the ball as far as you can. But even they've screwed up the format of that one. The old format was better with just Berman back, gone. Yeah. Just simple. Hey, you have 10 outs, hit as many home runs as you can. You don't have to rush it. We need like a committee of just like the average sports fan sitting in these rooms when these executives decide this crap. Yeah. What does the average sports fan want? Only rule, they cannot be from New York City or Los Angeles. The committee has to come from
real people.
Real people.
Yeah.
And what do you want your all-star format to be?
Yeah.
Oh, but the players don't like it. Cry me a river in your mansion that literally has a river running through it. Cry inside of your moat, okay? I don't care.
Does the moat have like alligators and stuff?
Probably.
Yeah.
Have you seen the house that Brady bought when he lived in Tampa?
I have.
Celine Dion was his next-door neighbor? I mean, we should care about what players think to a degree, but they have just received so much power in all of this that it's nuts. Pro Bowl dead. Dead. What a shame.
It is what it is.
It used to be fun.
It used to be. That's true about a lot of things in this great country of ours. A lot of things used to be fun that aren't so much fun anymore. Is what it is. So we'll wrap up the 3 o'clock hour, and then we'll get you set for winners and losers to start us off at 4 o'clock. Back in just a minute. Sports Talk Mississippi with you here on a Monday.
from the Venom.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Here's more. Super Talk Mississippi.
Tennessee is trying to get their quarterback back. Joey Aguilar is suing in the Knox County Court for a 6th season of eligibility.
Sure.
He does not have an injury.
No.
He has played college football every year since 2019. He has never missed a season due to injury or anything of that nature. He would be playing a 6th season of college football should he win this case in the Knox County Courthouse. You guys kind of know how this works. A local judge will probably grant some kind of injunction, but his case differs from that of the one that we will be looking at here in 10 days with Trinidad, because he's not looking for an injury designation or anything. It's just, I want another year because I do. He's been in college since 2019, has not missed a season because of injury.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
I mean, you got G League players playing in college, man.
Probably going to get a friendly judge who's just like, you know what? Why not? This is something I talked about. I think I mentioned this before. It's like now that you're paying college players, right? It becomes a situation where it's like, is there another job in America where they limit you by years to earn income? Like, am I only allowed to be on this show for 6 years before I have to go find another job? Something like that. That's how they're going to argue this. They're like,
that's why you collectively bargain.
You've got to start or set. You don't even have to collectively bargain to set an age limit. You don't. You could just make that a rule. I'm pretty sure, and go from there. But that's what they're going to argue. They're going to say the eligibility requirements are un-American, basically, because they're saying that my client, who can make a sizable living of taxable income, is going to be run off from this job because of an arbitrary eligibility requirement.
Yeah, he didn't agree to that.
Yeah, he didn't, exactly.
No representative.
That's how they're going to do that.
Yeah,
there are parts of the military that limit the number of. I think we can all agree, guys. I'm gonna say there we can all agree that is something different. I'm sure at some point it's like, hey, you can't be, a lumberjack anymore. But, we all know when that day comes. This is a little different.
Again, I say, when is somebody like Greg Sankey and Tony Patini going to stop begging Congress for help and just do it themselves?
Just fix it. You could fix it tomorrow. They could literally come to work tomorrow.
But it's complicated.
It's not.
But you're a commissioner. You chose a complicated job. I'm sorry.
You make 7 figures plus, maybe closer to 8.
Yeah, boo-hoo. Oh, it's complicated.
I bet Sankey makes over $10 million a year. And I bet that, hold on, I'm going to look it up, but I bet Petitti's probably pretty close as well. Fix it. That's just your job at this point. You could fix it tomorrow.
Yeah, somebody says, technically, though, he's not an employee. He's still a student. Well, yeah, you can go to school forever if you want to.
Yeah, just keep getting degrees. Greg Sankey earned $4.22 million a year. That was the fiscal year ending in 2024. But my guess is he has some other stuff.
What was his salary again?
$4.22 million.
So he's making $4 million a year.
Yeah, fix it.
But it's hard. It's complicated. Yeah, okay, work tirelessly until you figure it out, man.
Yeah. Question, when's the last time you heard of a player being academically ineligible? So it's been a long time. I'm trying to think. State had that thing with the tutors back in 2019. But those guys weren't academically ineligible. They were suspended because they had used tutors illegally. Also, do you trust that the NCAA can police that? Yeah.
Do you think that anybody fears of the NCAA policing whether or not you used a tutor did your work for you?
The NCAA basically, getting into school is easier than ever.
Yeah.
They aren't looking at ACT scores anymore. Just
get in.
Just get in. It's about somebody getting, what do you maintain your GPA? Well, they give you every possible tool at the disposal legally, and then give you some under the table to keep you eligible. So, yeah.
It's complicated. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so sick of hearing that from people in our business.
We make it complicated. Could all come to work tomorrow. I guarantee that if those two guys plus the commissioner of the ACC and the Big 12 were just like, starting today, you can no longer, aged of 23 is the last, you cannot play past your 23rd birthday unless you are mid-season. You say, like, if you're in season when your birthday happens, you can finish out the season. After that, you have no more eligibility at any of our member institutions. Done. Group of 6 will get on board because what are they going to do? Get left out of the playoff? Get left out of the NCAA tournament? No. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Yeah, Aguilar is trying to use the Pavia rule, but remember, he was involved in that and got granted some kind of like, because he spent more than 2 years in JUCO.
Yeah.
So he's trying to argue that none of the whatever. I mean, he's going to play quarterback for Tennessee next year. So
more than likely, yeah.
After the news, we'll get to winners and losers. Send them in on the C Spire text line 601-879-4395. Winners and losers when we come back.
Here comes more Sports Talk Mississippi.
You ready, guys?
On Super Talk Mississippi.
I almost thought about going to like Sports Talk. Sports Talk. Sports Talk Mississippi. Here with you on a Monday. Right now, you can own the John Deere compact tractor you always wanted now with 0% financing at Ag Up. Whether you're trading in, upgrading your land, or a new landowner needing equipment, your down-home team will get you the right machine at the right price. Now, with 0% financing on all 1 through 4 series machines, stop by your local Ag Up or visit them at agup.com, your down-home dealer. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. It's Monday. It's 4 o'clock. You know what's up. It's Sports Talk Mississippi. It's winners and losers.
All I do is win, no matter what. I'm a loser, baby. We got winners. We got losers.
Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser.
Winner never wins.
First off, congratulations and thank you to whoever fixed the sounder for that. Is that you?
We hope.
Well, I mean, it seems to be working.
We'll see.
It's done
the
now.
day is the good day.
Okay. We'll see how it goes. What did you like from the weekend? What did you not like? You know the drill. Send us yours on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395. Michael Borkey, I'll take a winner.
So we got this text earlier, or got a text about this earlier. It was always the plan here for this segment. Basketball in Oxford on the men's side, not been particularly pretty. On the women's side, though, they have creeped into the top 15 now after their top 5 win over Vanderbilt. They played tonight against Auburn, and that is in Birmingham as well. Still can't play games in Oxford for obvious reasons. By the way, those should count as neutral site games when you're talking about tournament resume, right?
They should.
They should count as neutral site games.
Actually, if you think about it.
Because you're having to play them at a neutral site, not on your home floor. But they get that win. They are 18-4 right now. Coach Yo, what she has done with that program cannot be overstated, how impressive it is. And just beating a top 5 team is, I mean, it's a big win, but it's not like, oh my God, wow, they're good enough to do that kind of thing now. That's where they are as a program. So kudos to them, playing well, navigating the adversity really well, and see if they can continue doing that tonight.
All right. I have the very rare winner/loser being the same person. Boxer Jarrell Big Baby Miller won a fight this weekend, a heavyweight fight in Madison Square Garden against Kingsley Ibe. Won by split decision. So he's a winner for that. But a loser because in the second round of said fight, his hairpiece was knocked off his head. He was wearing a toupee in a boxing match, and it got knocked off his head. And when I tell you that, first off, I want to point something out. Like, if you're watching here, this is all real. We're all good here. But if I ever had a situation like that and that occurred, you would never see me again. I would leave the country, never to be heard from again. He takes the hairpiece off, throws it into the crowd, and then comes back and wins the fight. So winner/loser, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Way to make it happen.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You got another winner? Because
I do have one. And it's not going to be where you're going, because Alex Golish mentioned this the other day, but I'm going to go the sports gods. Give them their credit here.
Okay.
Because ever since Nate Oates decided he was going to play a professional player on his roster, his team's 1-2. They got handled this weekend at Florida. I think that is absolutely the sports gods at work. The karma is at work here. You can't. I saw I love message board geniuses, one of my favorite Twitter followers. They made a really good point. They had an Auburn fan who was like, this is all happening because Auburn went to the Final Four. And Alabama was like, we can't have that. So they hired Nate Oates, who's a complete scumbag. And now they're like, we got to do what we got to do. And now we're going to have pro players playing college sports. This all happened because Alabama couldn't stomach that Auburn went to a Final Four. So I get it. Yeah, Nate Oates, 1-2 since you made this terrible decision. I hope you lose both games this week as well. That's a loser.
I mean, I would be embarrassed to be an Alabama fan right now. Truly. I mean, you bring in a guy that has signed 3 pro contracts in the States to come in and join your team late. I mean, it's not like he's been with you all offseason and you finally got to judge whatever. He joined your team at the turn of the new year.
Yeah.
And you suck with him.
Yeah.
And he's not even that. He's not that good.
Yes.
So you dealt with
also correct.
All of this stuff for a guy that's not even helping you win.
Yeah. Pretty rough.
Crazy town is what that is. This might be a little controversial, but I saw this from the New York Times, actually. I don't know if you guys recognize the name Luigi Mingione. He's the guy that, he's about to go on trial soon, I guess, for murder. Mm-hmm. Somebody tried to break him out of jail. And, you're a loser in and of itself for trying to break somebody out of jail.
Yeah.
What this individual used to try to break this person out of jail, a pizza cutter and a fork.
I mean, if you're going after a guy named Luigi, taking a pizza cutter is probably not a bad idea.
The guy used thought that he'd be able to break a high-profile accused murderer out of jail with a pizza cutter.
I bet John Wick could have done it.
Probably.
With a pizza cutter and a barbecue fork.
Probably.
By the way, you say a fork, it's a barbecue fork.
Barbecue fork. So a bigger fork.
Yeah, it's like one of those things you stab.
Could you imagine walking
with.
into the jail like, all right, officers, come get me. I'm going to slice you.
Well, apparently he tried to pretend he was an FBI agent.
Oh, I'm sure that worked.
Like what kind of FBI agent's carrying a pizza cutter on him? Yeah, that's a good one, though. That's a tough one.
You got another loser?
I mean, the guy lost his hairpiece. Nate Oates. Trying to think. I'll go back to WWE. Just it's so blah right now. Gosh, they just so blah. The Triple H era. It's just not working. And you talk about pricing out regular fans all the time on this show. WWE is doing that to a point where, the Royal Rumble is basically their second biggest event every year after WrestleMania. And they had it in Saudi Arabia. So no American fans are going to that outside of the insanely wealthy. We talked about WrestleMania last week. The worst seat in the house is $800 a ticket. I don't know. I just don't get it. And then, I like Roman Reigns and all, but where are they going with that? Like that guy held the title for almost 4 years. They're going to put it back on him? I have no idea.
Loser, the NFL for a very specific reason. The NFL named a person named Dar Mann as its chief kindness officer for the Super Bowl. So not a full-time position, I suppose.
Dar Mann.
Dharmann. Darman.
Sure, why not?
It is unclear exactly what a chief kindness officer actually does.
Okay.
No idea. Whatever that is. It's a stupid thing to begin with. It's a football game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He is the chief kindness officer is a 5-time convicted felon.
Oh.
As it turns out.
Come on.
He was charged with defrauding the city of Oakland is where the felony convictions come from. He only got probation for those, though.
Yeah.
But he was also he's a big YouTube star.
Yeah,
and he also has
I'm looking at him now, yeah.
complaints about poor treatment of his employees as well. But here's the kicker, Hadad. You want to guess who his agency is? What do you think his agency is? Who represents
it? Jimmy Sexton?
CAA is his agency.
I couldn't think of the name of the agency. Yeah, I was just like, it's got to be.
What does Jimmy Sexton's agency not control at this point? Seriously.
He also he started out as a medical marijuana dealer.
Yeah, that was the fraud.
Yeah, a lot of fraud.
A lot of fraud.
A lot going on here.
Nick Saban's going to sit on the set of College Game Day and defend this guy for some reason.
I can't wait.
Next year, because ESPN's broadcasting the Super Bowl next year, you'll get Saban on stage defending this guy for some reason, and then you'll look up his agency and,
Darman is someone who produces videos of scenarios of kindness at the end. So he does one of those fake video guys. I can't stand those. Where like somebody's being like horrible to a person, and then you find out like,
yeah, those are the worst.
Oh wait, that person was actually the CEO of the company. I don't know.
Facebook loves those
videos.
Facebook
absolutely loves those, 100%.
We will get to your winners and losers. Send them in, 601-879-4395. 601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. C Spire reminds you, by the way, don't text and drive. Use your voice text feature. We will be able to figure out what you're trying to say if it's not perfect, but it does pretty good these days. That's how I text most of the time. My thumbs are a little too big for the buttons now, and I'm constantly doing typos, so I just talk into my phone. I'm one of those people now. Send yours in, and we'll read them when we come back.
From the Venable.
What do they want? Exciting news.
Brace yourself.
More Sports Talk Mississippi now.
Welcome back, Borkey and Hadad, Sports Talk Mississippi from the Pearl River Resort Studio. It is Monday. It's a reaction Monday, so no guests, but when they do appear, they do so on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. Conversation with Bryson Sanders is coming your way on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. Going to ask him about the season, how he's feeling after, I think, a pair of off-season surgeries. So we will we'll have him coming up later. Also, it's been Baseball Media Day in Starkville. Hadad didn't attend. He had other things that he had to do, like talk to you guys on the radio. So we will hear, though, from Coach Brian O'Connor. By the way, Coach Oak, is that a thing that people do? I don't like it.
That's what they do call him that.
I don't like it. I don't like the abbreviated names for coaches.
Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you.
But people do it, and if they do it, I'm going to do it too, right?
They absolutely call him that, yeah. 100%.
So you'll hear from that tomorrow. I've not received the email yet from Ole Miss telling you when their media day is going to be, but yeah, we will we'll play that for you and all that stuff tomorrow. Back to winners and losers on the text line. Marty says winner Matt McMahon saves his job for one more week. Yeah, just one more week.
Eventually, that's going to happen, though. I mean, if they had lost to South Carolina, for sure, I think we'd be talking about it right now. But I guess winning that game was enough.
For now.
For now.
Jason.
Can't go the rest of the year like this, though.
Jason says, winner. He liked Royal Rumble, hey, Dad.
If you enjoyed it, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Loser, Sanders making the Pro Bowl. Somebody says it's in Alabama, so it should be a road game. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. It's got to be in the team's venue for it to count as a road game. But neutral site is absolutely appropriate considering they're playing at a quote-unquote neutral site. But yeah. Tony says the guy that caught the hair wig was the challenger for the winner of that fight. Is that true?
I don't know. I hadn't seen that. Yeah.
Winner, We the People. 2 straight weeks of numbered UFC events on Paramount Plus. No more pay-per-view. Thank you, Dana White. You could argue that a paid subscription service is pay-per-view, but
still,
obviously not the same.
But you have it for other things. Hey, I have a question. Speaking of numbered events, I was listening to a podcast today about this. I want to know your thoughts. Are we going Super Bowl 60 or are we Super Bowl LX?
I would never say LX, ever.
Okay, just making sure.
Forget the Roman numerals.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl 60. By the way, 60.
60.
No, that doesn't have the same
But,
panache.
yeah, I would never use the Roman numerals. And I mean, I know how Roman numerals work, but I still, if I look at them, it's what I hate about when you're looking up past Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And you'll give a year, and it'll pop up the Roman numeral. No, I want the year that the Super Bowl was played in. Don't give me the Roman numerals.
So 2026, 2066 would be Super Bowl 100. I would be 91. I could make it.
You could make it, especially now in your health kick.
Well, we'll see. But I don't think I will, but that's a Super Bowl. So what is it's M? No, it's not M. Is it? M is 1,000. What is the Roman numeral for 100?
I have not a clue.
It is. Why would you not just tell me? It's C. Super Bowl C.
Oh, that sucks.
That would be terrible. That's where they'll stop. They'll be like, all right, we can't be Super Bowl C. We can't do that. X was cool, but C is no good.
Let's see. Winner. Everybody with power. Those of us without power are not losers, but we sure don't feel like winners. Yes, the line workers still at it. Those guys are heroes.
Yeah.
Came in from all over the South, working around the clock. I mean, they have a difficult job to begin with, but in times like this, they are, stepping up and trying to make things happen as best they can. And immense amount of gratitude goes to those people.
No doubt.
Loser will be me. I lost every bet I made last weekend. Can't even pick my nose. What'd you bet on? Fighting? A lot of basketball, I guess?
Yeah. We're going to do some prop bets later this week. I sure hope we are.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, we're all about the props.
That we're doing Super Bowl props.
Yeah.
Somebody says NFL is headed the wrong way. Hopefully it tanks. Well, here's the thing. I've been thinking about that part of it, too.
I have terrible news for you.
It's not going to tank.
Just the worst possible news. It will only continue to get more popular.
And that's what they're banking on. I promise you, I promise you, the NFL's leadership and its owners do not care about any political stance that they make. One that you agree with or don't agree with. They don't care. What they care about is making money. And what they're banking on with some decisions that they make that bother you guys, what they're banking on, and they're right, by the way, these bets have been accurate, is that if it's football, the average person does not care as long as it's football. They don't really pay attention to the political stuff. They don't really care. If football's on, I'm going to watch it. Yeah. And they're right on that because look at the viewership numbers and attendance. Up across the board. And they're trying to get the people that don't care about football to care about football by engaging in things that you may not agree with. But they're betting on you not really caring at the end of the day. The average person does not care about the political stances that corporations or companies make. If it entertains them, they're just going to be entertained regardless. That's what they're doing. They're not actually siding with a political side. They're siding with green. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Can I make more money?
That is correct.
Simple as that.
It's a business. They make business decisions. And if you're thinking, well, they're going to lose my business, they have taken that into account and have replaced you with 5 other people.
Yeah.
Who are like, oh, no, I would do business with them.
Brandon says, I'm not embarrassed as an Alabama fan. Alabama or Nate Oates didn't make the rules. College athletics is a total mess. No, but they did petition a judge that is a donor to them to get a G League player on their team, and now they're losing.
Yes.
So
correct.
They didn't make the rules, but they got a donor judge to help them bend the rules a little bit. I mean,
yeah, that's correct. NFL will be pay-per-view before too long. I don't think that's the case because there's just too much. Because advertisers aren't going to go into pay-per-view.
No.
So
let's see. Loser basketball. Oh yeah, basketball. Somebody says, I don't watch any NFL just because I think this is boring. Well, buddy, I'm here to tell you, you have missed a pretty awesome playoffs.
The playoffs have been outstanding. Really, really good. I agree, like, during the regular season, because college football, you just have more scoring for the most part. It's a little more wide open. But the playoffs this year have been unbelievable. Almost every game has just been a banger.
Pretty much. Except for the one that the Chargers were in.
Yes. But
and then the 49ers also.
Well, I mean, that game had a lot of scoring, though. It was just all by the Seahawks in that one.
And they were just banged up so bad.
The 49ers,
they had no chance, yeah.
49ers were being held together by gauze and adhesive tape. They had nothing left. They did everything they could to beat the Eagles, and that was the last gasp of that team.
Can you all shed a little light on the NIL high school deal? So I wouldn't expect it to pass. I have not seen an update on whether or not, there's any momentum, but there is a bill in the Mississippi legislature that has been written anyway that would allow Mississippi high school athletes to get NIL money. And there's some caveats in the bill. Anything over $10,000 has to get put into a trust, which, again, are we in America or what country do we live in? If you're going to allow somebody to make money, you, the government, are going to tell them exactly what they can do with it? That's not land of the free, home of the brave at all.
Right.
But that is part of it. We'll see. I mean, it's simply put, just allowing high school athletes to make money on their NIL. It's not supposed to be an inducement, which we've heard that before. We read the details. We posted a video on YouTube as well. If you want to look at the SuperTalk YouTube channel and just search high school on our channel, you'll find it pretty quickly. But would love to talk to the author of the bill. Maybe I need to ask Alex to see if they'd be willing to give us the time.
Have we done that? That's the real question.
Because, politics are more meant for mornings with Richard Cross.
That's true.
Which, by the way, I'm not allowed to say what. But I will tell you, if you're a politically engaged person, you will probably want to listen to the 7 o'clock hour of tomorrow's Mornings with Richard Cross. Again, if you're a politically charged person and that's your thing, I would recommend checking out Richard tomorrow morning.
That's not me, so
it's not me either.
I'm not the target audience.
But if you are Richard's target audience, I would encourage you to listen to the 7 o'clock hour, starting right at 7 o'clock of Mornings with Richard Cross tomorrow. So check that out. I can only say that much. He told me not to say anything at all, so I'm already breaking privilege here. But check that out tomorrow.
It's me. I'm the guest.
We're hosting the show.
Oh, God.
We'll be back.
From the Seabrook and at SuperTalk.fm.
Fun fact about Todd Rundgren. For those of you that
I can't wait to learn
interested.
a fun fact about Todd Rundgren.
Well, it's actually good. I know he's a weirdo, right?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to learn it. Go.
He plays every instrument on his albums.
Okay. Yeah,
he is that talented.
I didn't know that.
Where he played every instrument on his albums.
Why
Obviously,
is that the song that the Packers play when they score a touchdown?
Because it's fun. Imagine being
fun,
6 beers deep
came,
and your team just scores and you're just like, yeah.
6? Talking about Wisconsin here, all right? They were
that's
beers,
pregame.
They were 6 beers deep when they walked in the stadium. Right?
I mean, is that better or worse than the Blues goal song being Gloria?
That's not their goal song. That's their victory.
Or their victory song.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest things, and got me into one of the weirdest and most obnoxious Twitter arguments I've ever been in my life.
What was it?
This guy, I said, I was watching that game. They were playing I was watching a game where they beat the Stars in, I guess, the Western Conference Final. Right? My buddy Tyler Horka, big Stars fan. I was like, I'll watch the game in solidarity with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Blues win, and I'm like, listening to him, like, are they playing Gloria? And so I tweeted. I was like, why is their song Gloria? And I got a couple of people actually answered, like, it's just a thing. And this one guy was like, I don't understand why are they playing the Van Morrison song. I'm like, no, it's not the Van Morrison song. It's the Laura Branigan song. He's like, I know more about music than you, and Van Morrison's saying Gloria. I was like, buddy, there's more than one version of a song. There's more than one song. It's like not even a cover. It's a completely different song. He refused to believe it. Went on and on about how he had 1,200 songs on his Apple Music account and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, buddy, it's a different song.
That sounds like some kind of bot and like.
It wasn't. And so the next day I woke up and he had blocked me on Twitter. I didn't even follow him, but I had to be blocked. And he had deleted all of his tweets because he realized he was an idiot. So.
Yeah, I don't know about Gloria. I mean, but. Like, I guess Ole Miss's impromptu now victory song is Dancing Queen. But,
okay.
Like, the problem is Gloria doesn't really, like, have a crescendo, right?
Yeah. No,
Dancing Queen has, like, especially if you're a few beers in and your football team just won and,
Well, I mean, it's just their thing.
Victory songs are cool.
Yeah.
Does State have a victory song? Like, after every win, this is the song they play over the speakers?
No.
They need a victory song.
In baseball, it's Celebration by, or whatever it is, by Kool and the Gang. But,
Yeah, but that's,
that's kind of generic, yeah.
They
had Don't Stop Believing for a while, but that wasn't a victory song. That was a,
victory song. What would the victory song be?
That's one of those things, like, you can't answer that. It has to be something generic. Or not
like
generic. It has to be something organic.
Yeah.
It has to be something that, it got played once and it took off from there. That's how that has to work.
USA Hockey, who I guess they don't start until next weekend. I don't think they start this weekend, even though the Olympics start. I think it's next week. Their goal song, I don't know if they get goal songs in the Olympics, but it is Freebird. It's like right when the solo starts in Freebird, too. I mean, the second they score, it's like, here's Freebird.
Let's go,
right
America.
Here. Yeah, that is a sick goal
America,
song.
Borkey.
We need that for the soccer team, too. You need a goal song.
You'd hear it once a game.
Sometimes twice.
Maybe twice on a good game, yeah. So, the soccer doesn't really work the same way. Chelsea's is, their victory song is One Step Beyond by Madness.
State fans need baseball to work so bad.
Work.
3 texts in a row on the text line.
Yeah.
We need victories first. We'd have to win a football game to have a victory song. State has no use for a victory song. You set yourself. I mean, hey, Brian O'Connor, he had a great answer. Again, we'll play the media day stuff for you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think he understands how much pressure is on him. He knows the job he took. He knows how important baseball is to State.
Yeah, somebody needs to pull him aside and be like, you really need to win this first game like 21-0. You just need to kill
these people. Yeah.
Just like don't pull your starters. Run it up. If late in the game, if you got a chance to manufacture a run, do it.
Yeah, lay down a sack bunt up 20-0, man.
Up 20-0. Guy on first, nobody out. Let's bunt him over. Bunt him over for Ace Reese. Yeah, they need to do something.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's he is well aware of the pressure of the job that he took. But there is, I mean, it's not kicking somebody when they're down. It's just reality. Basketball not going particularly well. Football has been what it is. State fans really need baseball to go well. They really need the season to go well.
They do. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see is not fun, though.
Well, I mean, I got to watch some games, you know. There's a reason they're a preseason top 5 team. You know, they have the talent. They have the coaching staff in place. Everything's lined up for them to be really good. We'll see what happens. I believe in them. There you go.
Yeah. Somebody says, Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. In parentheses, I hate this song. No, you can't do a bell pun for your victory song.
Yeah. Like State comes out in football, they come out to For Whom the Bell Tolls.
That works, though.
That works, right?
Hard rock, like, yeah.
I say it all the time. They come out to a better Metallica song than Virginia Tech does.
Come out to a better song. The entrance
is better
is iconic,
as a Virginia Tech. I agree with that. But the song itself, For Whom the Bell Tolls, is a better song.
Yeah, it takes too long for Enter Sandman to get going.
Yeah.
When you're not at a Virginia Tech game, of which I've never been.
I'm fully prepared for State to give up a first pitch bomb against Hofstra. Like, if it's 1-0 going to the bottom of the first, my mentions are going to be just a train wreck. I can't handle it. They got to go 1-2-3 first inning.
I think somebody will smash their cowbell on the ground if there is a first inning home run by Hofstra.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be fine.
I think it'll be. Okay.
I think it'll be fine. Somebody says Jingle Bells by Frank Sinatra with a bunch of asterisks to let us know that. How many songs are about bells out there? You got Ring My Bell, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Let's really get corny with this.
I mean, you've got Jingle Bells. You've got I don't know.
Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. Songs about bells. Give us a Google search. Give us a Wikipedia.
Carol of the Bells.
We can't do Christmas music here.
Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell.
How is that about a bell?
I don't know. It features, there's a bell in it, like during the song.
You got Bell Bottom Blues. Oh, you do Tubular Bells, which is the song from The Exorcist, so I don't want that.
1959's The Three Bells by the Browns. Yeah. Eric Clapton's Bell Bottom Blues, not really the same.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about something else.
Yeah. They Might Be Giants have a song called Dinner Bell, apparently.
There you go.
Yeah. Not a big Might Be Giants guy. So
somebody says, Brother Borkey, if Mississippi State baseball isn't good, then I quit Mississippi State. I have zero other hobbies other than Mississippi State sports, but I quit if this baseball team isn't an Omaha contender.
I get it, man. I understand.
You say that? You say that.
It's tough. It's tough to do. I tried to do it
and then
once.
Football season will get here, and there will be the first game, and it'll be a Saturday, and you'll...
I tried to do it when I was in college, and I couldn't do it. After the 97 Egg Bowl, I was just like, this is killing me. I can't do this. I gave it about a month, and I was just finally like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah, when you, especially with all due respect to ULM, because it's ULM too. If this baseball team, for whatever reason, is not good, I believe that you'll check out for the summer. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday will come.
You start talking,
and your team's going to win, and then it's going to be like, you know what, this was great.
They'll be fine. I'm not too worried about the baseball team not living up to expectations.
You'll have that moment of, hey, babe, should we go to the game? And she'll be like, yeah, of course, let's go. And then you'll go and you'll watch your team beat ULM, and Camario Taylor's going to throw a long touchdown pass, and then you're back. And it's a never-ending cycle.
It never ends.
You cannot escape. You can check out any time you'd like.
Which, exactly correct, yes. Exactly correct.
Even though it's about references a state that is not this one, but
yeah, well, Mississippi Queen starts off with a cowbell. It does. You can go with that.
It's too punny, though.
It is,
like you said. You got to find something that.
I mean, I don't disagree with you.
That hits organically.
Yeah.
And it can't be like Migos or something. It's got to be. Everybody in the stadium's got to be able to sing with it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Or Mo Bamba.
Can't do that.
Can't do Mo Bamba.
You cannot sing the actual. State does the organist guy has a version of Mo Bamba, and I love the church music vibe of that, like, you know, of what they're saying, because I know the lyrics.
Yeah,
like, calling, like what are we doing here? You imagine a church choir singing Mo Bamba. What church is that? I want to go to that church.
Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
It's time to get real. Real sports talk for Mississippi.
It's time for you to get real with it.
Sports Talk Mississippi continues on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad. We got this news today also. It's been long rumored that the team has been trying to get this done. The Saints are giving up one of their home games this year. They had 9 home games. Now it's down to 8 because they are going to play in Paris. They were playing the Browns in Paris in late October, and it seems like all of the fans are mad about that. Losing a home game for what benefit has been the response, and I understand that. But that is going to be the thing. International game is coming to the Saints for the first time, I think, playing in Paris.
Sacre bleu! Qu'est-ce que c'est le football américain? Yeah, I hate it. I don't like these NFL games going into Europe. I will say this. The Saints in Paris, the Fleur-de-Lis, it works. Okay, fine.
It does fit.
Saints-Browns, we really are giving them some tough games, by the way. Like, we just refuse to say, hey.
Hold on. Pro Bowler Shedeur Sanders is going to be on the field, okay?
Possibly, hopefully, Rookie of the Year, Tyler Shuck. I don't think he will be, but like, we just refuse to be like, hey, we're going to give them, you know, Chiefs, Patriots. Like, big names and stuff. We refuse to do it. Like, that's not how you grow things over there. You keep sending them these terrible games, and they're like, these teams suck.
Oh, they did play in London already, a long time ago.
Did they?
But still, in the release, I mean, the answer that they can't say is, this will make us more money.
Yeah.
But it was, excited to build our fan base in France. Okay, why does that matter? Who does that benefit?
I don't know.
Does that benefit your city that needs a lot of help? Does that benefit your fan base that can actually attend your games? Does that help them? Who does that help? Who benefits from that? No, nobody benefits from that other than Gail Benson's pocketbook. That's who benefits from that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have a big fan base in France. Awesome. Great. Does that help Johnny that lives on Chapatoulas in Uptown? Does that help him at all? I don't know. I think that the NFL trying to pretend like this is about anything other than we want to make more money is kind of goofy to me.
Yeah. Well, this one guy said he's going to Paris, so you have fun. Can I hop along with you?
I would love to be able.
Yeah. Well, this guy's right. He's like, we did just say that.
That's right. That's the point. Yes.
Yeah.
They don't care about you.
So, but at the same time, like, how much money are they making going over there versus how much they would just make for a regular home game?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't feel like it's that much greater. They're certainly not going to put an NFL team in Paris.
And you're already worth billions. So the Seahawks are about to sell for possibly up to $10 billion. Why? That's my question that I've always had with these owners. Why?
The answer is it's never enough. Before you even ask the question, it's never enough.
You've got billions of dollars. Don't you want a legacy? You've already made all the money that any human can fathom having. Don't you want your lasting thing, because nobody lives forever, to be legacy, what you leave behind. If you own a sports team, don't you want the people in that city after you die to think that person did whatever they could to bring us a winner, and not, well, hey, at least they had an international game where they made a few million more dollars this year than last year.
Yeah.
Took a home game away from our city.
Yeah. I guess it's just one of those things where, I say everybody has to do it, but they don't. They don't. Not every team has had to do this yet. It really should be kind of like a schedule of okay, we have this many games. If you played, because how many times have the Jags gone over there? I understand the Jaguars their owner owns a Premier League team. They have some roots there, but there should just be we have 6 games a year, 12 teams. If you are one of these 12, you go 3 years without having to go back, and we just rotate through all the teams, and it just makes more sense that way.
But we got to keep adding more. It won't be long before there's an international game every week of the year. Because why not take over the 9 a.m. time slot? Why not?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I don't like it.
If I become a billionaire, which I will not, and I buy a team, which I would, I wouldn't act like the owners currently do.
Yeah, you say that.
I wouldn't.
Money changes people. And it becomes.
I want to win.
If you want to continue to be in this league, you're going to follow these rules. You're going to follow you're going to do what we say.
Oh, trying to win?
Well, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the international game stuff. They wouldn't give you any options on that one.
Frustrating. We have another edition of As the Portal Turns. There's still some stragglers, so we will we'll do that, and then tell you about a retirement that happened. A popular name, a big name in college football, hanging it up, but I think there's a layer to that that's kind of gross. So we will talk about that after the news at Sports Talk Mississippi with your college football fix coming up next.
Your number one for sports talk.
Anyone? Come on, don't be shy.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Bingo, man, bingo.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back in Sports Talk Mississippi. Hour 3 already. Wow, fast show. Glad you're with us. I'm Michael Borkey. He's Brian Hadad. And we get to bring back a segment that we thought we were retiring as the transfer portal turns for your college football fix.
The college football fix is driven by your Mississippi Ford dealers. The best-selling truck in America is the Ford F-150. It is built Ford tough, and it is no joke. So don't mess around with anybody else. If you're in the market right now, you're trying to buy a new truck, there's only one place to go. Your Mississippi Ford dealers. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Ole Miss has added, this is a player we've actually mentioned before, but it became official over the weekend, a member of the all-name team for 2026. He should at least be on one of the 3 all-name teams, first team, second team, third team, one of them. Horatio Fields, the wide receiver, Horatio Fields, has been added to the Ole Miss portal class. He transfers in from Auburn, where he played in the first 4 games, got hurt, actually. I think it was a broken foot, if I remember the injury correctly. And so he hit the portal, actually committed to Missouri, and Missouri let him out of that obligation. It was right around the time Caden Lee committed to Missouri. I don't know if it's a 1+1 situation, but it might be. I don't know. But either way, there was no drama there. Missouri let him out of his obligations, all good. And he is now off to Ole Miss on 24/7. He's a 4-star receiver. Started at Wake Forest, actually. That 2024 Wake Forest receiver room had Deuce Alexander, currently on the Ole Miss roster, and Horatio Fields on it. So pretty good combination of receivers. Dave Clawson, almost like he was a really good identifier of talent.
Good coach,
I can't believe nobody gave him a bigger look than Wake Forest, but I digress. For this late in the portal, a 4-star anything basically doesn't exist. It's very rare. So a late add of that caliber on paper is a good thing, regardless of what position. If you can find a guy that has that kind of rating, you did good, because there's just not that many players left in the portal for you to add to begin with. So especially after losing Caden Lee, the second he hit the portal on this show, the statement and stuff never passed the smell test. The whole, wants to return if they get certainty about the quarterback thing, that never passed the smell test. Just kind of figured, especially with his statement, that he was leaving. So losing him, adding a player like this is obviously a good pickup. And then you've got a pretty straightforward receiver room right now. There's only one ball to go around, as you guys know. Trinidad Chambliss does a really good job of spreading the football around, though. I mean, you look at his game logs, every game, 8 guys, 9 guys caught passes every game. I mean, he was a really good distributor of the football. You got Alexander and Cunningham returning. Most people expect Cunningham's role to improve, but they did build a pretty large receiver room. They also have a couple of blue-chip freshmen coming off of red shirts. I don't know what kind of role they expect the two of those guys to have. But I do think you have
under 15.5. It's going to hit.
I don't know.
It's going to hit.
I don't know.
I can feel it. They've recruited too many receivers. He won't be. He will not be a big player this year for Ole Miss, I don't think.
I am curious as to what that group will be. I mean, between Darryl Gill, who they had to fight off Ohio State and Oregon to get him, that might be this year's DeJon Stribling, where it's a guy that, at a previous stop on a bad team, had a really bad quarterback play after Angeli got hurt in week 4 for Syracuse. I mean, quarterback play just nose-dived after that injury. But they like Gill a lot. I mean, you've got Fields now, who's healthy. I don't know. I don't know what the receiver rotation is going to be. There's a lot of quality potential. I mean, Jonte Cook was a 5-star recruit. His college career hasn't lived up to that billing, but talented guy with him. Isaiah Spencer coming in from Virginia Tech. He's a Mississippi guy, actually. Got a big build, so he's a big-bodied outside receiver. I don't know. I mean, spring is going to tell us a lot about the wide receiver rotation at Ole Miss. There is a lot of potential there. I said this earlier in the season. I think Deuce Alexander is somebody that he needs to get a ton of offseason love. Most people with player retention are going to talk about Trinidad, talk about Kejuan Lacey, and I understand both of those. Fighting off multiple SEC schools, including LSU, for Deuce Alexander, I think is going to pay dividends for this team beyond what people are talking about. I love his game in so many different ways, and I think he's going to have a huge year. So that's the bell cow for Ole Miss, is keeping him in your boat, not letting him jump out of your boat. Keeping him in your boat is one of the biggest wins for Ole Miss this offseason. So there is your update. Horatio Fields now in the portal class for Ole Miss. I know State had an offensive line visitor. No commitments, though, this weekend.
He committed to South Florida.
Interesting.
Apparently, it was an academic issue with his credit. And I don't know how exactly that works. So you would think the United States Naval Academy,
the Navy transfer, had an academic issue with a state school.
There was some sort of thing with it. I don't know all of the ins and outs of it. I just know that popped up late in the process, and so not going to be. I think State's done. State's done at this point. I'm willing to call it done for Mississippi State.
Somebody's asking, did Lacey leave? I don't think I said that. No, absolutely not. No, he returned to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
He did not leave. I hope I didn't say that. Did I?
I don't think you did. I could be wrong.
No, Lacey is back for Ole Miss. So you think State's portal class is done?
I think it's done. Yeah, I mean,
there's a few stragglers out there. Maybe you could add.
And look, they could. Those guys can wait. They could come in as long as they find a way to stay academically eligible. They could come in late. They come in the summer, But I don't think State is looking for anybody else right now, which I find kind of odd. But it is what it is. I just find it odd that a 5-8 team. There's a lot of we feel pretty good about what we have with some of the tight end position. They didn't go out and get a proven tight end. We talked about the pass rushers. They didn't go out and get a proven guy there. For a team that went 5-8, I think you want to create competition in every room and have as many options as you can.
A State fan friend said to me the other day that he thinks that they got worse on the offensive line. Do you agree with him?
It would be really hard to be worse. And that's something that should give you some hope if you're a State fan, that as bad as that offensive line was, they still averaged 30 points a game. They still moved the ball pretty well. But they don't have a lot of proven guys there. The proven guys are a guy who's played a lot of snaps at a Group of 6 school last year. And you hope he can come in and be as good as he was. But you hope that about McKylan Pounders, and it did not work out for you. You brought in a guy from LSU who struggled last year at the tackle position, but maybe you feel like he can do something for you in the interior. The North Carolina kid, same kind of thing. He played some snaps. He's probably the most likely guy to be able to be successful just because he got some snaps at North Carolina. And then you brought in a bunch of redshirt freshmen who haven't played. And, I don't know. You did recruit a couple of JUCO guys last year who were highly rated, but they redshirted this past season. I don't know how to take that. Is it just, they needed a year to get better, or it's not so bad they couldn't get in the worst offensive line of the country? I don't know which way that goes. So I don't think they got worse, but I don't know that they're all that much better. It's a lot of you hope. It's a lot of we hope with that.
Luckily, so the spring portal window State added a bunch of offensive linemen last year. Luckily, you've added all that you're bringing in, and you have them starting in January.
Right. They're all here.
So you don't have to bring somebody up to speed in late May after you've already gone through a spring practice that nobody got to see.
Correct.
That helps a ton, or it should help a ton.
Should. And that's the other thing, too. Blake Steen's back. He had a really bad first half against Southern Mississippi. I understand that. But that was a guy who's played a ton of power conference football. It's fair to assume he would have gotten better throughout the season. You bring Cannon Boone back, guy who's played a lot. So you got a couple of pieces to build around there, but by and large, man, that's one of the reasons I grade that class. That class could have been really good, but they had two major needs and they didn't get either one of them filled. And that was they came into this class knowing we need a left tackle, we need a pass rusher. And they did not go out and get a proven commodity at either spot. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So,
but a chance to there is a path. There's certainly a path with this portal class for State to improve. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's not, and you didn't say any of this or come anywhere close. But there are a lot of State fans that are displeased with their portal haul, understandably so, but that you can look at what they've added and create, hey, they're going to be better here, here, and here. Even though you're not pumped about the outlook because of lack of experience, there is a talent pedigree to improve where you needed to.
Right.
It's your college football fix driven by Ford and your local Mississippi Ford dealer. Tease the retirement, so we will get to that when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi from the Pearl River Resort Studio.
From the Venable Glass.
Talk Mississippi.
Here we go.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Hadad lost his headphones.
How did that happen?
I have no idea how that happened.
Slid right off.
Gus Malzahn releases a statement today announcing that he is retiring from coaching football after 35 years of doing just that. He's been the offensive coordinator at Florida State, penned a nice letter, talked about spending more time with his family, next chapter of his life, and all things like that. Mike Norvell going to take over play calling. I'm sure Seminole fans are just fired up beyond belief to hear that Mike Norvell is taking over play calling for Gus Malzahn. My question is, did you recruit your portal class, which is now done, right? They're enrolled. They can't really go anywhere unless you want to hire an attorney, I suppose. But most schools start a lot earlier than they do here in Mississippi. Most schools have been there for weeks. So these guys are locked in. Did you sign your recruiting class and sign your portal class knowing that Gus Malzahn was not going to be your offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Did he wake up today and decide, actually, I'm done? Or did you get a bunch of portal players to lock in and then wait till they can't leave before you announce that Gus is not going to be their play caller anymore?
Which is, those guys could leave if it was a head coach. But because it's a coordinator, they don't have that rule in place. He's old enough that it makes you think that maybe he just, as off-season workouts are starting to really ramp up, he was just like, I don't think I have it in me to do this again. We'll know the answer next year if he gets back into coaching. It's like, okay, it's also very possible he's just reading the writing on the wall. He saw what they brought in. He's like, this is not going to be enough. Let me go ahead and get out ahead of the train wreck, and I can go from there. I mean, there's a lot of options here.
Or you get fired and collect some kind of a buyout.
Yeah. Possible.
Auburn has had 7 losing seasons since 2007, including, by the way, guys, 5 straight.
Yeah.
Auburn has had 5 straight losing seasons, but keep telling me about being a blue blood. That's what blue bloods do. 5 straight losing seasons. Sure, guys. Yeah. Yeah, keep telling yourselves and everybody else
unhappy.
That.
Calm down.
I'm not unhappy. Why do you say that? Why do you say things? I'm not unhappy.
You're so angry.
But I'm not angry either. What are you talking about? I'm not angry.
Tell me more about it, Auburn.
But that's not anger.
It's going to be okay.
But
it's going to be all right.
But it's.
No, I agree with you.
Well, then what are you talking about?
Well, because you're just so
I'm not angry
about it.
Because we're on sports radio. Having passionate opinions is like the whole purpose of the job, man.
Well, I agree with that.
Is Chelsea playing right now? Wake up. This is what we do for a living.
I'm just saying, the tone of voice was so harsh.
Yeah, because they have 5 straight losing seasons. They deserve it.
Yeah. That's one thing that if you ask the average sports fan, they would never believe that. Do they have
5 straight?
Hold on. Arkansas's would probably be longer, but who has the longest streak of losing seasons in the SEC?
Got to be Arkansas.
Got to be Arkansas, right? But Auburn might be second. Kentucky had a winning season in 22. And maybe 23. I could be right. They may have been 7-6 that year. Vandy obviously.
That 24 team had to have had a winning season. They went to Oxford and won. That must have been a really good Kentucky team.
No, stop. You're doing that thing again. No, they I'm trying to think. They, when was Arkansas's last winning season would have been what? Bielema's last year?
Kentucky in 23 had a winning season, so their losing season streak is 2.
Okay, Arkansas had a winning season in 22. Oh. Arkansas, Pittman's what? His 3rd year there. They had a winning season in 23, did they not? Didn't they not go 7-6? Or 2 years ago they went 7-6?
Who, Arkansas?
Arkansas was 7-6, 24.
They were. They went to a bowl game.
Does Auburn have the longest streak of losing seasons in the? They do. They absolutely do.
Obviously not Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, no.
South Carolina went to a bowl game 2 years ago.
Yeah, State was 9 wins in 2022.
Florida went to a bowl game 2 years ago.
Yeah. Florida won 8 games in 24. Not Texas A&M, not Texas, not LSU, not Florida, not Alabama, obviously, not Tennessee.
We need to make a graphic. Auburn has the longest.
I can't believe we're saying this out loud. Auburn has the longest streak without a winning season in the SEC. Is that right?
By 3 years?
What did you say? When was the last time Kentucky had a winning season?
2023.
What?
Anyway,
everybody's telling you sounded angry, by the way.
But wasn't angry. It's called passion on the radio, boys.
Passion.
It's this kind of the point of the platform is to have opinions that are strong.
What are you passionate about? My hatred for Auburn.
Yeah, I hate Auburn.
I can't stand
I don't hate Auburn at all. Auburn was one of my favorite road trips that I took in college. I really enjoyed Auburn.
It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of good stories from Auburn.
Good place. Nice people.
I can't believe they have the longest streak of losing seasons in the SEC. What's their – okay, hold on. We got to do this now. What's their schedule for this year? We got to look at this. We got to see if it's going to extend. So Auburn's 2026 football schedule. I'm going to read them off. You just tell me gut feeling. Don't think about it, right?
Right.
Baylor in Atlanta, Georgia.
Win.
Okay. Southern Miss.
Win.
At Auburn. At Florida at home.
Loss.
Vanderbilt at home.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Win, possibly?
Okay. At Tennessee.
Loss.
At Georgia.
Loss.
LSU at home.
Loss.
At Ole Miss.
Loss.
Arkansas at home.
Win.
At Mississippi State.
Loss.
Samford at home.
Win.
At Alabama.
Loss.
1, 2. Did you say LSU was a loss, right?
A loss, yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's 5. Is that right? No, you had to be Vanderbilt, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 and 7.
I mean, it's on the table.
The streak would continue. It's like the Undertaker at this point. What are we doing here?
I mean, he's relying heavily. 13 players from South Florida, including his quarterback, who's good. He's a good player. They are taking.
What about Vandy? Vandy won 10 games this year. What are we talking about? They had a great season.
They are taking guys that. Hadad, there are guys that Auburn took that other SEC teams don't want.
Yes.
Not take for depth. There are going to be guys that SEC teams will take from other SEC teams that they don't expect to start for depth purposes.
Right.
Auburn brought in guys that they need to start that weren't necessarily wanted by their previous school. It is a very there's a chance that it's not good in year one. Like truly not good, like uncomfortably bad. Having Dirk in there helps, though. That was a big save for Golish.
I like Golish, and I like that. I like Dirk. I think they have a good coaching staff, but it may just take a year to get going. But goodness gracious, we've blown our minds today. I had no idea that the longest streak of losing seasons in the SEC belonged to Auburn.
By 3.
Would never. You could have paid. I think everybody would have just immediately said Arkansas, and then you remember that they did go to a bowl game a season ago. They were 2 seasons ago, I guess.
It's a Liberty Bowl, right?
Oh, hold on. I just looked at something. Did this just? Oh, my guy Jay Howell has updated the database. All of the 2025 seasons are on there now.
Yeah.
That guy must hate his wife so much because he spends all of his time with this. That's crazy. Yeah, I was just looking at it and I was like, oh, wait, that has 2025 on there. Yeah.
So 5 straight. They also had a losing season in 12 and 2008. What do all those have in common? Were the only years Gus Malzahn was not a member of their staff.
Yeah.
Without Gus, they exclusively have losing seasons.
That's crazy.
Since 2008.
I can't get over it. I cannot believe that
5 straight.
That Auburn 5 and 7, 5 and 7, 6 and 7, 6 and hold on. They were 6. Okay, I guess that's right though. 1, 2. That's only 4. It is 5. It is 5.
It is 5. It's 5 in a row. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. I can't get over that. Auburn.
Happy retirement, Coach. Enjoy Waffle House. That's a staple of.
He will. I bet he went to Waffle House today. One last win. You know what? At least he beat Alabama one last time. He got him in the first game of the year.
He really did beat Alabama one. That's the happiest people of them all is Alabama getting them out of here.
Yes. Oh yeah, in the return game, be in Tuscaloosa this year, won't it? Surely it is.
I think so. I would assume so.
They don't have to see Malzahn. They've got to be happy.
Oof. Happy retirement, Gus Malzahn, the Alabama Slayer.
He deserves it.
And the only reason why Auburn had winning seasons since 2008, apparently. We'll be back.
Every time I look around, every time I look around, it's in my face.
From the Seabrook Sports Talk Mississippi. It's go time. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Well, say something.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Store the other day, and this was playing. Like, this was the grocery store music, and I was just like, now I know I'm old. When this song is, what is soothing, I'm thinking about, like, music from the grocery store. It's, like, usually easy listening, little Lionel Richie or something. Nope, Stone Temple Pilots. Then I went and ate at a restaurant yesterday, and they were blaring Lick It Up by Kiss. So I was like, what is going on? What's happening?
Who in the grocery store got their hands on the aux cord? Because, like,
I don't know, man. It's rolling.
That doesn't fit the aesthetic of the grocery store.
Just sitting around. We're here on the dawn, the bottle.
Roger Goodell on Monday of Super Bowl week has like his State of the League press conference. In part, he mentioned something that we said earlier. They're going to go for 16 weeks of international football. They want a game for 16 of the 18 weeks of the season. Spare me. I hate that, but that's what he talked about. Mm-hmm. He also was asked about one owner in particular, his name showing up in a set of documents that were recently released. I assume more coming up on Mornings with Richard Cross. The NFL possibly has a mess on their hands that needs to be addressed. I don't think you could ignore this particular thing with a group of owners. But he was asked about that, and his answer was essentially, I got to gather the facts first before I tell you what I think about this.
Which is fine.
That's an appropriate answer right now.
That's the correct answer, yeah.
But he also was asked about officiating. Hey, Dad, you're going to hate this answer, especially the first part of this answer.
Give it to me.
Well, again, I'm really I'm so amazed at how good our officials are. I mean, we spend time all week looking at various angles and still debating it a week later. These guys have to make a split-second decision. And the men and women on our field are incredible. And I think that they've proven over and over again they're really wonderful at what they do. On the other hand, it's a difficult sport to officiate. It's fast. It's quick. And we have to be able to use technology, in my view, to try to prevent the obvious errors.
I'm amazed at how good our officials are. And honestly, at the NFL level, they are so mumuch better than the ones at the college level. It's hard to describe.
I, too, am amazed. Every week when I watch football, I'm just like, how did they miss that call? I will agree with something. I was listening to a podcast, and they made this point. Like, we like with a catch, right? We watch the replays in slow motion. We watch stills. A still can tell you anything. Like, in a still photo, it could look like a catch. A still photo taken 0.5 of a second later, it doesn't look like a catch, right? So I get it. And he's right. They are trying to make these decisions in split-second timing. It's when they continue to get them wrong after replays, or when you have one call go one way in one game and the same call goes the opposite way in another game. That's when you have there's consistency issues.
The technology piece. What the heck's taking you so long? That's my question. What the heck is taking you so long? Now, I know that in the soccer world, VAR is, people don't like it.
Right.
Because of the application of it and things like that. But the technology that they use for VAR would be very beneficial for football.
Yeah, like my issues with VAR sometimes are just like, look, if his toe is offside, I don't have a huge issue with it.
Yeah, he's not offside.
Yeah, he's not really offside. But at the same time, yes, the technology that they use, and plus the open communication, you can hear, they have put the videos out. That's the other thing. Like, the NFL needs to do that. What the ACC has set a template that every football league needs to follow. I want to hear the communication between the replay booth and the official. I want to hear that. I want to know what they're saying. You could put all of the conspiracy theory stuff that people have out there, you could put it to an end. Or you could really ramp it up when the guy says roll tide at the end of it. One way or the other, you got to make that available to everybody.
Yeah. The technology piece needs to change, and that includes the SEC too.
Every football league should do this. All right, they are obviously having communication. Mm-hmm. Make it available to us.
Make it available to us. Use. I mean, I know they're starting to do it a little bit with first downs, but use the tennis and the soccer technology to help you. I mean, the fact that we still, with all due respect to the chain gangs, by the way, I know some of you do that, especially for high school, and you guys are vital, by the way. The volunteers that do that kind of stuff for high school football, without you, how could they play the game?
Yeah.
But the fact that in the year 2026, we will have a game that is decided in part by a bunch of normal guys like us that are so heavily involved in the results when they don't have to be, or when they can be aided so much by the use of technology. Like, you can't just get rid of umpires if you do the robot umps, right? The umpire still has to be behind the plate and all that. Same thing here. You don't get rid of the officials, but the fact that you've got all this technology in the NFL with its billions of dollars and the SEC with its hundreds of millions of dollars a year doesn't use what's available to them, it's a joke. It's another, just add it to the list of things that the leadership in sports can't figure out yet. Why you let normal people like us have such a bearing on the result of a game.
Yeah. Somebody asked, are the NFL refs unionized? They absolutely are. 100%.
I need to reach out and see if we can. Sarah Thomas has actually been in here before.
Yeah,
got to meet her. She was awesome in person. I mean, just a really impressive person. See if she'll come sit down with us. The problem is we can't ask officials. They are, for obvious reasons, told not to discuss a specific call. Like, we can't have her in here and say, "Hey, Sarah, what the heck was the 2018 NFC Championship game?"
Right.
Like, she can't talk about that. But
you're going to talk, or you're not going to leave this room.
I would love to pick her brain, though, about, you are an official at the highest level. What would you like to have help you?
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good question. What would you do?
What would you do if you got to decide what you
I feel like that she'd just give us the same kind of answer.
What about reviewing pass interference when it's not called? They tried that after the 2018 NFC Championship game, and it went terribly.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a dozen replays a game of whether or not it was PI. It was horrible.
It was basically the guy, what am I trying to say? The head of officials, basically they told him, was like, hey, just don't overturn anything.
CYA is what they did there. They CYA'd it on that. But Andy thought it was funny when you said when they say roll tide at the end of it. Does that change now, though? Do they go hook 'em now, considering Texas is so financially valuable to the SEC?
Oh, I don't think so. Old habits die hard.
It will take a while for the Alabama stink to get out of the league office.
You sound so angry, Borkey. Calm down.
I'm not angry. I do find it hilarious, though, as apparently Lane Kiffin spoke at a thing recently where he described Nick Saban told him that LSU was the best job in the world and all that stuff. He's still on Alabama's payroll. He still has an office at the facility at Alabama. If you're Greg Byrne, and let's be honest, is Lane Kiffin really telling the truth behind a podium? So there's that, too. But your employee is telling one of your biggest rivals, like helping them in their coaching search?
Yeah.
And then telling your biggest rival that their job is better than yours?
Team you play this year.
What do you do?
Yeah. Wouldn't you rather be playing LSU with head coach Eli Drinkwitz than head coach Lane Kiffin? You don't play Ole Miss this year if you're Alabama.
You would think.
Yeah.
So, if you're Greg Byrne, I know Nick Saban brought you titles and all that stuff, but do you sit down and say, hey, coach, what gives, man?
It's just one of those things, though.
I'm writing you a $500,000 check a year. What are you doing?
What are you going to do? What are you going to say? At the same time, it's like, can you really tell? Kiffin obviously views Saban as a positive role model, a mentor, perhaps, right? are you really going to say you're not allowed to reach out to that guy, somebody you trust, and get his information? Like, I don't know how that works. I understand that there's a conflict of interest, but at the same time, you know, what? I mean, I can't believe I'm going to take up for the guy, but like, his dad passed away. He didn't really have anybody else to talk to. That's probably the closest thing to a father figure he has in his life. You going to tell him he can't do that? I don't know.
Not if you're on my payroll.
Yeah.
It's the same, a similar concept. There's this debate had amongst Ole Miss fans about whether or not, like, Austin Simmons and Caden Lee should get some kind of, like, special recognition and ovation before the game in Oxford this year. Missouri plays at Ole Miss, and my answer is a hard no.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, you don't have to treat them poorly or anything. You don't have to boo them and create signs, you know, talking down to them or whatever, but they are now being paid to beat you.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything like that. I agree.
They left you. You don't special recognize somebody that left you for a direct competitor who's going to try to beat you this year.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you on that.
A former coach that you fired that's doing well or whatever, maybe a different conversation, I guess. Or a former assistant that now becomes a head coach, sure. Mm-hmm. Why not? Player that goes from SEC school to SEC school that is literally paid to beat you? No way.
No, I wouldn't do that either. I agree with you. On that one.
But that is a debate being had out there. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
It's time for more Sports Talk Mississippi.
Finally.
On SuperTalk Mississippi, the SuperTalk app, and at supertalk.fm.
I mean, it's just hard to beat it.
I want to know how many songs have the word unobtrusive in them.
Probably one.
That's the one. There's not another song available in anybody's catalog with the word unobtrusive.
Just three nerds from Canada.
Yeah.
Sports Talk Mississippi. One more time with you. By the way, somebody texted me, are you mad at Hadad? No, at no point am I ever.
You're so angry. You're just angry with me all the time.
I've never, ever, and I never will be mad at Hadad for literally anything. It's not possible. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Is my wife listening right now?
I will tell her.
Yeah. I'll give you her number.
I find it impossible.
Also, plenty of people on Twitter.
Well,
and apparently some people in the Ole Miss spirit, too. Hey, guys.
Well, Twitter's just getting worse.
Every day gets worse.
It gets worse than the day before.
Yeah.
You can't share an opinion about anything.
You really can't.
Without, like, you could tweet like, "Hey, here's my Super Bowl menu."
Yeah.
And a bunch of random burners.
What do you got against ribs?
Yeah. And it would be calling you things that we cannot repeat on the radio.
Yeah,
so what happened to that website?
It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad.
I tried to schedule some cuts of our interview with Ben Brown, and it blocks you because of spam bots, I guess. I had to edit the title. All the titles stink because you can't in the same day have like the same info. Like you can't say former Ole Miss lineman Ben Brown on the Super Bowl. Even if all the other sentences are different, that information blocked me from scheduling. So all the titles are stinky because I can't say the same thing.
Like one time I tweeted about lasagna. Like I like to make lasagna. So I tweeted out like a picture of all of the ingredients. And somebody was like, "You're using canned tomatoes?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I don't have a fresh tomato garden in the back to go pick them." And, somebody like they were like, I can't believe you're using canned tomato paste. I was like, do you know the process involved in making tomato paste? It takes a long time. I don't have too much time for that. Yes.
What is the process of making tomato paste?
Like, you got to dry out tomatoes and like grind them down. It's like you can't. It takes forever. I just don't know.
We will do an extended Food Friday for the Super Bowl because, I mean, come on. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, why not?
We had somebody text earlier. They're right, though. There was that one, I guess it's the new Budweiser commercial that, makes you feel good. The teased ones that we've gotten so far, none of them are funny.
Really?
And frankly, I think the companies are so afraid of offending that they don't even try to be funny anymore. That we've lost our edge in Super Bowl commercials because as a society, we don't have edge.
I tune out so much when the game is not on. Like, I got people I'm talking, I'm not even having a Super Bowl party, just my family in the room. But like, people, I'm already excited for next Monday's show for our text line to fill up about how angry people are about the halftime show. Like, just don't watch.
And like, I'm not going to, and I'm not going to like announce that I'm not watching. I'm not going to. It's not for me. I'm not going to watch it.
No different than any other halftime show in the last decade. The only one I really remember is the 90s hip hop one. That is the only one that I remember. Like, who was it last year? I don't even remember. I know people were mad about it, but I don't remember who it was.
That wasn't The Weeknd, right? That was 2 years ago.
I think that was again. I don't know, and I don't remember anything about that performance.
I don't remember.
So yeah, it's irrelevant.
I don't remember who the halftime show. Am I losing my mind? I don't remember.
2025 Super Bowl halftime was Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah, because he went after Drake.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I remember it now. There you go.
Which, if you get to the biggest stage in your career and you're talking about somebody else, you failed, man. Make it about you.
Yeah. Oh, well, like I said, this time next Monday, the text line will have been filled up with everybody talking about a musician that they will never go. Even if you do watch the halftime show, you will never listen to one of his songs ever again, because unless you choose to, and that's on you. So be it. Good show here today. Going to be a great week as we get closer and closer to baseball, Super Bowl week. Plenty of good stuff to talk about here on Sports Talk Mississippi. We're glad you are going to be here with us to do it. As always, I'd like to give thanks to Michael Borkey. And a little-known secret that unless you're watching us here on SuperTalk TV, you don't know. Give a thank you to Rhino as he finishes up for Michael here with us on a Monday. Talk to you guys again tomorrow. Sports Talk Mississippi. Be back with you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.